Hi there. How are you doing? Pause. Think about what you just said. Did you just say, I'm doing okay? I'm fine? Something along those lines? Okay, that's pretty typical. What if I told you that that question and response is not typical in other cultures? Once upon a time, it's a story. I worked for a company and I was on a film in China. The name of the film is not important. The name of the company is not important. It was a fantastic experience and I loved every minute of it. While I was on this film, I had the good fortune of having a translator whose name was Peggy. She insisted that we call her Peggy, and so I did. One morning, I was on my way through the office, and as one does with my morning coffee, I asked Peggy, Hi, how are you doing? And continued on with my coffee in hand to the fax machine, because we had fax machines then, to collect what needed to be done for the accounting and payroll for the day. As I passed back by her, Peggy stopped me and she said, Can I ask you a question? I said, Well, of course. She said, Why do you do that? And I said, What do you mean? She said, Why do you ask me how I'm doing and then not wait for a response? And her question puzzled me because it was one that I'd never thought about before. It was just something, I guess, that I grew up doing, as many of us do. And I said as much. I said, I guess never really thought about it. It's just something that we do. She said, many of us on the Chinese crew were wondering, we'd noticed, and I thought I would ask. I said, Well, I wish I had a better answer for you, but that, I guess, is the answer. And she said, In China, we do it a little differently. And I said, Okay, I'm listening. She said, In China, when we ask someone how they're doing, the expectation is that we have an actual interest and that we will wait for them to respond and we will take as much time as is necessary to listen to their response. And it had never occurred to me that what we had been doing to our entire Chinese crew had been essentially blowing them off. So I changed what I did going forward. And every morning when I greeted her and the rest of our crew going forward and said, Hi, how are you doing? I meant it. And I wanted to hear how they were doing. How was their evening? How was their family? Did they have word from, anyone back in Chengdu or wherever it is that the rest of their family lived? And I continue to apply those practices going forward in the rest of my business encounters. So the next time you pass by a fellow coworker and you ask them, "Hey, how you doing?" as you are on your way to your morning coffee or what have you, take a moment and actually give them the opportunity to respond. You might improve your relationship and you might learn something. Peace.